Suspicious fires destroy 3 black churches in 10 days in Louisiana parish. Lafayette, Louisiana. Fires that destroyed 3 predominantly black Baptist churches in St. Landry Parish, but it's too soon to classify 8 fires as arson, State Fire Marshal Butch Browning-Gay said at a press conference, walking a tight line without actually linking the 3 blazes. There certainly is a commonality, he said. Whether that leads to the fact that it is 3 black Baptist churches in the same parish is obviously a pattern. And there are several up the 3rd Street. Landry Parish, Mount Pleasant, is about 10 miles south of Greater Union Baptist Church, which burned down early Tuesday. Street. Landry fire. The fire consumed the inside of the rural church, burning holes through the roof, but leaving much of the brick exterior standing. At daybreak, state troopers had a section of the highway in front of Mount Pleasant blocked off early Thursday. The revelation. Gerald Toussaint, my church has a lot of history, he said. I don't understand. Toussaint, who works full-time as a truck driver, said he was on his way to work in Lafayette when he received news of the fire from his wife. He immediately turned. By the time I got back here, it was gone, he said. It burned hot and Street. Landry Sheriff. We have a lot of churches in this parish. Lots of churches, in addition to the state fire marshal, his street. Landry Parish. Our churches are sacred, central parts of our communities, and everyone should feel safe in their place of worship, Louisiana government. John Bell Edward. In general, church fires are not uncommon in the United States, according to National Fire Prevention Association data. There were about 1 intentionally set fires account for only about 16% of fires at religious properties in the U.S. That's still more than 250 fires per year, said Greg Harrington, a fire protection engineer with the NFPA. Having a string of fires like you've experienced down there in such a short period of time, I would say it's safe to say that's unusual, Harrington said. It certainly seems the United States has a long and complicated history of church arson, which was common during the Civil Rights Movement. In the 1996 House Judiciary Committee report found an outsized percentage of church arsons were at black churches in the South. But Strain said, not every instance of church arson is hate-based or racially motivated. Churches burn for a variety of reasons, he said, and because they are often unoccupied, they are ripe targets for firebugs and vandals. Arsonists are Browning, the state fire marshal's office chief, said there are many reasons people burn churches, including to disguise burglaries and because of religious disagreements. He pointed out that the 3 churches burned in St. Landry were vulnerable. These buildings are kind of off the beaten path, kind of out of town, he said. Leaders of several of the parish's black Baptist churches met Thursday morning at First Benjamin Baptist Church to talk about the fires, discuss options for protecting their buildings, and to offer one another support. The revelation. Freddie Jack. The churches that haven't been affected by fires are offering their facilities to the churches that have burned, he said. We don't want nobody losing their members, he said. Jack said the local Baptist pastors aren't afraid, but they're concerned about the fires. They remain optimistic. Other than that, contributing Bobby Arduino. This article originally appeared on Lafayette Daily Advertiser.